Hey guys, I'm Lee from Lee Likes Music, the place to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp. And in today's video, we're going to talk about Circa Survive's newest album, which is called The Amulet. So that's coming up. Circa Survive is an indie rock band from Philadelphia, US that was formed back in 2004. The Amulet is the band's sixth album, and to be honest, they've created quite a successful range of albums. On Letting Go, Blue Sky Noise, and Violent Waves are some of the albums that have peaked really high on the US charts. They're known for creating this music that consists of very intricate yet harmonious guitar patterns. Anthony Green has a very distinct voice, as you'll hear. He's blending together calm and very harsh scream vocals. There are certainly layers in their music that resembles emo rock, progressive rock, and more experimental stuff. But anyways, let's get into the new album, okay? So the first song on here is called Lustration, and it starts out with some very simple guitar lines. Then comes these very fast-pacing verses, while the chorus is deeper, calmer, and more swingy, sort of. There's a nice build and release here. It's moving slowly forward. There's this lengthy instrumental passage at the end, and it certainly sounds like the guys have calmed down a bit. It sounds like Circa Survive, but they've just, turned their energy knob a little bit down. And this calmness is what really surprised me, and specifically when it comes to the opening track. Because if you listen to all of their previous albums, all of them start with an opening track that is really energetic, really pounding. It plays with really dynamic melodies and emotions. Lustration is a song that has less of all of these things, and I would love to say that that is a good thing, that I like this calmer, more settled down side of Circa Survive, but honestly I don't. It just makes them sound a bit more tame and dull. The second track is called Never Tell a Soul, and finally we hear some screams coming from Anthony Green. Anthony Green has a really authentic voice, as you'll hear immediately when you listen to Circa Survive. And what I love is that he is combining these really clean vocals with these screams. And I think that he's using his screams in a really good way in this song. There's a return of these beautiful two-sided guitar melodies that are kind of harmonizing together. The thing that I think is a bit sad about Green's vocals is that they're kind of leveled to the same volume and the exact same position as all of the other instruments. On several of their previous albums, his volume, his voice is kind of reaching out for you. At least that is what it feels like. But on this album, he is just screaming and singing to you from the earphones, from your earplugs, and that's really boring. You want him to actually sound alive, like he's right there with you. And that is not what I feel. I don't feel like they did that with the production of this record. Third track is called Premonition of the Hex. The first thing that I noticed about this song is this deep synth. There are some notes with a deep synth being played instead of a regular bass guitar, I guess. And it's just really weird. That is the only thing that I could pay attention to when I listened to the song, because it was so oddly put into the mix. So why did they put that in there? I mean, it's a good song, it's okay, I guess, but I didn't feel like there was any push and pull of energy either. It was really tame and slow and boring. Fourth track is called Tunnel Vision, and the first thing that you'll notice is this very intense guitar pattern, intense drums over these gliding lyrics. The transition between verse and chorus is so smooth that you hardly even notice it, and I think that is one of the problems that I find with this record. It's so floaty, it's so effervescent. There's no really, you don't get any challenge while listening to the songs here, and there's nothing new, nothing inventive that you can obviously hear from the soundscape. I'm continuously asking myself while I'm listening to this, what happened to their energy? What happened to these really intricate and fascinating melodies that they were able to create before? It's like listening to a castrated cat meowing. It's kind of sad. Now, one of the tracks that I actually did like is the sixth track, which is called Stay. It has a very surprising opening. It's very loud, it's in your face, it sets you right into action, sort of. Green, for the most part, gives you this very calm vocal delivery, but there are some screams, or like one specific scream where he kind of raises his voice, and it's very well planned where he is setting this. It's enough to create a meaningful dent in the musical fabric of the song. There are some really interesting, intricate guitar melodies being played here, and it's quite kind of outstanding from the rest of the album. It's not that good, but it certainly is outstanding to me. I'm not gonna go too deep into the rest of the songs here because I simply didn't like this record. It was a big downer for me. I didn't listen that much to their previous album, but I've listened to all of their albums before the census, basically. And what I think of when I listen to all of those albums is basically a rodeo of these massive emotions. When I listen to Eterna or Blue Sky Noise, I get these incredibly authentic listening experience. There are these big soundscapes, small soundscapes. There's sounds of epicness, there's sounds of just geniusness in there. It's mixed and produced in such a harmonious fashion. And the melodies are so memorable, and they really cater to your emotions and your imagination. The Amulet was just so far away from that, and I didn't know that they could get so far away from it. There's probably a lot of people in the comment section that are gonna say like, oh, but why don't you appreciate them for being calmer, for taking a new approach, for being less of what they were and more of this subtle creative force. I just don't appreciate it. I really love what they did, and maybe if they went in a new direction I would love it too, but this just sounds subpar. It sounds lackluster. It doesn't sound like they translate their emotions into their music in a proper and clear way. So yeah, The Amulet by Circa Survive. I'm gonna give this album a 4 out of 10. I would not recommend it, and you know, it's okay material, nothing to say about that, but it's really not outstanding in any sort of way. Thank you for watching. If you like to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp, then I highly suggest you click the red subscribe button below. Also make sure you hit that bell icon beside the subscribe button, because in that way you'll always get notified when I upload new videos. So this beautiful place right here. Take care guys, hope to see you later. Bye.